Hi everybody. So I wanted to do this video before I came down to Cambridge. So I'm going down for the weekend, going down on Thursday to Monday, and I just wanted to tell people who haven't said anything yet about what happened over the last 18 months. So I mean, the people who really need to know, I've already had a chat with, and they kind of understand where I'm coming from. So that's quite good. But about 18 months ago, I got a new job down in Kent. And it was going to be the next step of my career, and I was going to be managing an organisation on my own. So it was quite a small organisation. There's only 4 of us in total, and I was going to, put all my line management skills to the test and try new things and make this organisation something that was nationally significant, possibly internationally significant, and all that. So I went down to Kent, moved to Ashford, which is right in the middle, lived there for 6 months. Hated the first month, really, because it just wasn't, the flat was okay, but wasn't really earning enough to furnish it and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't know anyone, so I was very lonely. So I did 6 months in that flat. Hated the whole flat thing throughout, really. The job got better because I really liked the people I worked with, but I didn't get much support from my chair. And then the first chair left after 3 months, 4 months, and got a new chair who was actually a previous board member who just carried on. She was supposed to be an interim. She's only stayed till September. She carried on. And in all that time, in those 18 months with having those 2 chairs, I didn't get any support from either of them. So essentially I had no line management. I had, I asked them for kind of pastoral care, but they said, no, that's not what we're here to do. So I think I had 3 one-to-ones in total in 18 months. Most of them very critical and kind of not a huge amount of congratulations for anything I did. So, whatever. And I guess what happened was June last year, so just over a year ago, I probably started falling into depression. Now, I know I'm a really strong person. I know that I'm a very resilient person, and I think if it was anyone else, they would have probably gone into clinical depression quite quickly. But it took probably about 6 to 8 months for me to get to a point where I was just not able to deal with anything. So around about February of this year, it had become really, really awful. I just didn't see any way out of it, and the only way out of it is to go, to leave. So in March, I decided I've got to get out of this. I started looking for a new job, and then at the end of April, they fired me. They gave me a month's notice. So it was going to go one way or the other, really. I'd already made a decision that I was going to leave if the organisation didn't get the money that it needed in July to carry on forward. So they fired me before they found out about that, which is, I'm not saying that contributes to the decision to not give them the money, but it probably did. I think, whatever. It's over now. And I got back to Manchester in June, very early, beginning of June. And I suppose that it's taken that amount of time, really, a few months, to really understand where I was emotionally and psychologically and all that kind of stuff. This had nothing to do with the relationship finishing, because actually the job just wasn't working from the word go. And I should have made that decision in the first month. But I'd given my word, and I was going to do good. But anyway, it didn't happen. So anyway. So if anyone was worrying why I wasn't kind of around, or why I just kind of popped up in Cambridge or wherever just quickly, or or why I've been really quiet over the past few months, it's that really, that I've been trying to get over something which I didn't know I was in until I got out of it. And depression it's not the same for everybody. Yes, there's a chemical imbalance in the brain and all that, but it doesn't strike in the same way, because the situation that might bring it to happen isn't the same everywhere. It's happened to me once before, and again it was a slow burn, and that time was being unemployed and not really having anything to do. So that was that, really. But yeah, I'm back to myself, I think, and possibly even better, because and I started vlogging and making other videos for YouTube, and hopefully building up a channel or several channels and an audience and all that stuff. I'm on my way to being something I want to be. Yeah, I'd planned throughout the whole of that year to do writing, and I never did. I didn't do any writing while I was in Kent, essentially. It took me a long time to get anything out of it. and since I've been back in Manchester, you know, I've started several new ideas. I've finished a couple of short stories. I've started a new thing that's going to be, you know, which is part of the ongoing work. So I think I'm in a much better position now. Anyway, I just want to say all this to as many people as possible, really, so that I'm not having to say this over and over again. But if people want to respond in person or in the comments or by Facebook or whatever, that's fine. You know, I think I put it on Facebook a while ago that depression and disillusion had kind of got me out of Kent, and the disillusion bit was actually having done 15 years in the arts and finding that I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So yeah, I'm happy to move on from that part of my life and do other things, because the world is different now. It's different now from 15 years ago. It's different now from 3 years ago when I left the Arts Council, and you know, and 4 years ago. 4 years ago when I left the Arts Council. And the world is a different place, and I'm a different person, and I think different things about the arts. So it's time to do something else. Anyway, that's the end of that. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye.